Hello, everyone. It's me, it's Gray, and welcome to episode 5 of my art journey. Where we last left off with, it was me coming up with my own unique strategy for how to improve my ability to draw from imagination. My plan was to take random objects I saw in my room. I think what I chose was what restaurant was it? A golden chick cup, a mouse that I saw on my table, I think a sharpener, my lamp, an Adidas slide, a random image of a woman I saw on the internet, which technically isn't in my room, but you get what the point is. Uh, and like my hand, just random things. I would draw it straight from sight, draw what I see. Then for the next video, which is this video, I would redraw those very same drawings using my original images as my only reference in different angles, different positions, different perspectives. The mug, I think I had a coffee mug that I drew. I would redraw that coffee mug, but like on its side. Or that golden shake cup, I'll redraw that on its side, just like pointing towards me, but like at an angle. Basically that. That was my goal, and the reason why I decided to do this is because I wanted to better my ability to draw from imagination. Up until this point, I've only ever drawn from what I've seen. When I was a little kid, I would always like find drawings of like I don't know Goku. I've always been a big Dragon Ball fan. I would find some random image of Goku on the internet, mostly through Google Images. Be like, oh, that's so sick, and I would redraw that myself, like on the piece of paper, my notebook maybe, or whatnot. And I've just kind of been doing stuff like that my entire life up until this point, and so I've gotten quasi comfortable, quasi confident in my abilities to draw from what I see. But I didn't want to just stick with just that. I want to get to a point where I can literally draw from imagination more often. And I know people will say there's nothing wrong with drawing from reference. Even the most professional of artists who've been drawing for 30 years usually have some sort of reference material to go off of. I get that, but I don't want to use my eyesight as a crutch. Like, I don't want to get to a point where a person asks me, hey, can you draw this? And I draw it, but then they ask me to draw it slightly differently than what I'm used to, and all of a sudden, I'm looking stupid. That was my goal in this. So this episode is basically me drawing those same images from last video, just slightly differently. And in case you can tell from the title and from the thumbnail, it didn't go that great. Some drawings actually came out pretty good. Like I'm actually pretty satisfied with the mouse, considering once again I did not look at the actual mouse sitting on my table as reference. I did not. I only used my drawing from the previous video. Like if I wanted to, I could grab the mouse on my table, set it in the way that I wanted to, and then redraw it to make it fit the angle that I wanted to fit. But then that would just be me redoing what I did in the previous video. Remember, my goal is to draw from imagination using one still image as reference, similar to how 2D animators would do when they're animating shows. Like they have design sheets, and then they'll just go off of the design sheets. They shouldn't need to look at character A in 50 different positions in order to draw a character A in 50 different positions. As long as they know what this character looks like and what facial expressions they're allowed to, put on them, they should a true like animator or artist should be able to just hit the ground running from there. That's kind of what I want to do. And some drawings actually came out pretty well. I'm actually a bit proud of myself with the mouse, considering I didn't even know what the mouse looked like from underneath until I got done drawing it. The Adidas slide, I chose an easy angle for myself. I will admit, I kind of gave myself an easy out by drawing it from its side, where I don't really have to draw much of it. But then I hit roadblocks I was not expecting. I am a bit disappointed in myself with my inability to draw the golden chick cup in the way I wanted it to. I think at one point in the video, I rotate the canvas to see what it looks like standing up, and it is just like, wow. Like, I tried to capture a lot of the details I incorporated in my first image, because once again, I could have had the actual, well, I think at this point I threw it away. I could have had the actual golden chick cup with me, and just held it in a specific way and then drew from what I saw. But once again, I want to use purely my imagination. So I imagined what this cup would look like on the side, and what you're seeing, or what you're about to see. I don't know how this is going to be timed with the video. Was the best I could do, and yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in this. And the reason why is because it's very basic. Like, compared to the image of the woman that I drew, or the hand, which I will get to, uh, it's very simple. Circular shapes with cylinder body. Like a smaller cylinder here. You'll think that would be amongst the easier drawings to do, but I think I just came out wrong. Matter of fact, if you were a dirty minded individual, you might even say that the image of the cup looks a bit phallic, and I'm just not noticing that looking at the footage. Oh my god, I'm not gonna get in trouble for that, am I? Yeah, it looks wrong. It looks so wrong. I think it'll be fine. That was a voice crack. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Right? Right? YouTube? Yeah. So, yeah. If I had to describe this video in 3 words, it would be rough, but necessary. I think the issues and frustrations that I ran into when trying to redraw these images was definitely a necessary feeling for me to encounter, or to have, to just give me a good idea about where I am as an artist. Because once again, like for the Adidas slide, I could have just, sat it on the table, tilted in a certain way, and then drew from what I saw. And aside from my lack of experience with drawing on this drawing pad, this digital drawing pad, it would have came out looking fine, just like how it did in the previous video. But here, I just used purely my head. And all things considered, I think it looks great. The cup and the mug could have been better. But I think the hardest thing, aside from the hand, we'll get to the hand, I think the hardest thing for me was actually that sharpening, because I didn't even know what the sharpening looked like on the inside. I just kind of mirrored the one, like the inside metal part that actually sharpens the pencil itself. I didn't even know what it looks like completely, so I just kind of mirrored it on the other end. And I'm actually proud of myself because I looked at the actual sharpener after I got done drawing, and it's actually pretty close to what the actual sharpener looks like. And once again, I didn't cheat. If I got to a point where I couldn't do it, then I would show it, because the purpose of this video. The purpose of these videos is to document. I cannot talk. Document my journey in this field known as art. That brings us to the hand. The hand is terrible. I tried. I don't think you'll see in this video, which I know is kind of, goes against what I just said earlier, but I tried with the hand, and at some point, we're just like, okay, I think I'll call it a day. I think I'll just call it a day. I think at this point, the footage, like the footage of what you're seeing, is very edited down, because I want all my videos to be under 20 minutes long. So what you're seeing is not the full thing. I've been at this for like an hour or two at least. The hand was a pain, and I gave up and just said, all right, I know what to work on in the future. And to be fair, drawing hands, I've always heard from people, it's like the worst thing for an artist to have to attempt. The most difficult thing for an artist to draw, hands. I think I'll leave hands along with other parts of the human body in its own separate video. Maybe by episode 12, I'll, practice drawing eyes, noses, the mouth, the face, once I actually start really getting into it. But for this video, it wasn't really about me drawing. It wasn't really about accuracy. I think it was just me practicing angles and perspective and imagination. I think the key thing is imagination. That was what I wanted to practice. That was the key focal point of this entire video. Drawing for imagination. How well can I bring what I think in my head on paper using simple objects I have in my room? This also doubles up as me just getting used to drawing on this pad as a whole, because once again, I was drawing on paper my entire life. This is a whole new ball game for me. So yeah, I mean that's what this video is. It's rough but necessary. I think, matter of fact, I might even make that the title of this video: rough but necessary. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for the commentary part. About the scheduling, I've decided on a schedule I think that will work for this series. I plan on doing more types of videos in the future, not just this art journey thing. I think I want to, once I get to a certain point in my art skills, I will start to upload just maybe a compilation video, like a slideshow video, some of the art that I've made. But that won't be for a long while now. Or maybe I'll just upload other types of videos. This channel is going to be art based. I will say that. This channel will be 100% art based. Exactly what that entails, only the future me knows. Right now, I'm just trying to take it one step at a time. I'm looking, before I start looking at me 5 years from now, I want to look at myself 5 days from now. But the schedule I decided to go for is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I repeat, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Now, is there a guarantee I will stick to the schedule? Absolutely not. But I will make a 99% effort to do so. Okay, a 99% effort. What time during those days? I've noticed YouTubers tend to pick like 2 p.m. Central Time as their go-to time slot for uploading videos. Like maybe 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Central Time. I think that's what I'll do. Which will mean I'll have to kind of pre-record these videos and then edit them. We'll see how it goes, but I will do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So you'll get 3 videos. And the reason why I want to spread them out in that way is because this video is meant to just document my growth, but it's not 100% necessary to show you absolutely everything. Yeah, it's not necessary for me to show y'all absolutely everything that I do. Just the milestones. I keep y'all updated on my thoughts, and I'll show, just milestones, checkpoints. I think that's a better way of describing it. Showing my checkpoints. Yeah, that's my goal, and I want to keep these videos under 20 minutes, so I'm gonna take this, hour or 2 of footage, and I'm gonna try and chop it down the best as I can do. Oh yeah, one more thing, I'm actually very proud of myself with the previous video, episode 4, for how it came out, the final product. Not the drawings themselves, but the way the video was edited. Once again, as I said before, the previous video, in the video before that, episode 3, I tried my hand at doing something a bit extra, throwing it in stock footage, GIFs, images to coincide with what I'm saying in order to make the video more visually entertaining. I opted out of doing that. Not only is that very, time consuming for me, given my IRL schedule, but it's also unnecessary. I'm not trying to appeal to the low attention span people out there. You're watching a 15-20 minute video of amateur art from a guy trying to learn how to draw. There's no real need for me to keep y'all bombasted with loud visuals and whatnot and crazy jokes. That's why I opted for like soft jazz music playing in the background, which is the biggest reason why I'm actually proud of the 4th video. Because the 4th video, I realized prior to it, most of the video was just me talking with like nothing playing in the background, so it's very just quiet. And then at the very end, once I end my commentary, it just cuts to straight loud music. Yeah, I want to change that a bit. So now I found, some royalty-free music. YouTube, do not kill me. Royalty-free music that just play in the background as I'm talking, and hopefully it fills in that silence, while not making the video sound too bland. But yeah, keeping it short, keeping it sweet. This is episode 5. This is Gray, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.